Welcome to the Soul Communication reading. So, as I was saying the prayer, I was getting a very heavy feeling in my heart. I don't know if you are holding on to a lot of emotion regarding your grandmother for a very long time. There's this heavy feeling in my heart. It's
Okay.
almost like a sinking feeling that I'm receiving from her. Either that you're holding on to emotion, or she might have passed with either a heart condition, or when she died, she was feeling very heavy hearted. There was a lot of emotion. Does that make sense?
She passed because she had lung cancer.
Okay. So
So,
there's a lot of heaviness in her heart. This entire part of my chest is feeling very, very constricted, like as if, see, when you have a lot of emotions you're holding back and your chest kind of tightens up. That is how I'm feeling. So I'm not sure if she had a lot of suppressed emotion, but that is what I'm feeling from her. I feel like there has been a lot that went on in her life that makes her suppress her emotions of frustration or anger or things of that sort. What she's showing me, I'll tell you, okay? She's showing me herself as she's very fair in her complexion, but at the same time, she's showing me either an off-white sari or a white sari. Did she wear a white sari or an off-white sari or something of that sort?
yeah, I mean, she used to wear like light colored clothes, very pastel sort of.
All right.
Yeah.
Because what she's showing me is, those malmal type of saris which are very soft and off-whites or whites is what she's showing me with a very small border. And I'm also seeing that when she passed, she was not very young, because she's also showing me that she started getting gray hair. So I feel like she
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
much older when she passed.
Yeah, she was like late 50s, yeah. So, in the sense, but she had full gray hair.
Yes.
She had like her entire head was gray. So maybe that's what you're
Yeah.
seeing.
So that is why I said, like, even though when she passed, she had like a lot of gray hair. And I'm also
Her entire hair was gray. Like there was not a
Yeah.
single dark hair.
So
Like full
I'm
hair.
seeing a woman like that, but I didn't know because her face looked younger than what her hair was showing me. I'm also seeing that if there is a sofa or the way she sat on a sofa, I'm not sure, but she sat with one of her leg up on the sofa and one leg down, like it was bent. The knee was bent upwards.
It's funny you should say this, but she had to get an she didn't have one leg. There was an amputation.
I think she had that ghost limb syndrome for a very long time if her leg was cut off, because the way she's showing me, was it her left leg by any chance or the right leg?
Honestly, cannot remember that right now, but
I'm
I'm
getting a strong feeling it could be her right leg, because that is the leg that she has folded upwards, and I'm also getting this feeling like she, even though her leg was missing, she felt like the ghost limb syndrome, that it was very prominent in her till the very end. I'm also seeing that she was a woman who always had her head held up high, in the sense that she never complained about anything too much.
Oh my God, you're so right.
She was very, someone who felt like she needed to have her own personality, not to be someone's wife or daughter, but to have her own personality.
She never complained, not once in her life.
So she, even though things were difficult for her, she did most of her things by herself. Like, I don't think she was someone who liked depending on someone else.
Yeah.
So even when she fell sick, it looks to me like she never really complained that much. But at the same time, it feels that she had a lot of anger for her life circumstances. Like there was a lot of things that happened in her life that she was not really happy with. And when I'm saying that, she's also showing me her husband. Has your grandfather also passed?
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's saying to me that even when they were living on earth, they were not very close technically. He had a very authoritative kind of a personality, your grandfather. She's showing me that right now he's with her, okay, but she's not very happy having him around. Like she's like, yeah, but just let her know that he's also with me. That is kind of an answer I'm getting.
But she's not happy even after she has passed, that she's not happy being with him.
Not about happy or unhappy in the typical sense, like how humans feel. It is just that feeling like, oh, ye bhi aa gaya hai yahan pe types, like it was, it's more like your grandfather was away somewhere, and because I'm connecting with her, he suddenly showed up in her energy field. So it's like he's come to, like, what should I, photo bomb sort of a thing, this entire conversation, right? So he's coming in, and he seems to be like a very, very gentleman, like a proper gentleman kind of a, the personality that he has. He's very prim and proper. That is what he's showing me. And I feel like your grandmother learned a lot from him in terms of how to be presentable, or how to, like, present yourself. But at the same time, she would do certain things to annoy him. That is what I'm getting. Small things, not too much. And he wouldn't say anything about it. He wouldn't complain, as she doesn't complain. He doesn't complain either. But she knows he gets irritated with it, and she kind of likes to press his buttons. That is what she's showing me. Did she have like 3 kids? I'm getting the number 3. And I feel like it's, I feel like is she your mother's mother?
Yeah.
And it feels like your mother was the only daughter, or the one she was attached to?
Yeah.
Because
the two.
Kind of singling her out, like she's pushing your mom in front and saying, like, her focus was on her more than her sons. Like, she didn't want to be the typical mother which dotes only on the sons and not on the daughter.
Yeah, so, my mother was her favorite.
Yeah, so that is what is coming through. It feels like your mom, compared to your grandmother, she's very soft-spoken. Like, she's telling me that she's not as vocal as I am. When I say vocal, it's how she's giving it to me is not being aggressive, but it's like she stood her ground, your grandmother. With your mom, I'm getting this feeling like if she has someone convincing her, no, this is good, she might give into it. Like, she would just be like, why to just go against the tide? Let me just agree and go forward with it, so that there are no arguments in the family. So there are times when your mother gives in. So in that way, she's saying she's soft. Like, she doesn't hold her ground too much. Okay, I don't know how accurate this is, but she feels that your mother, she's still a child. Like, she's not fully grown up. Like, she feels that a child sometimes can be very naive, right? So that is what she's showing me from your mom's side. She's saying she still looks at her as her baby and not as a grown-up adult, right? And in that way, she says that she believes people too fast, your mom. Sometimes she needs to pull back and see the bigger picture, which she doesn't do. And she goes forward, keeps going forward without taking a pause and looking at the bigger picture. So she's asking her to do that, like to take a pause and look at the bigger picture. Okay, this message is for your mother. Okay, you have to tell me if this makes sense to you, because the 2 things she's showing. One, she's showing me either milk or buttermilk or something of that sort. I'm seeing something white in a glass, and I'm also seeing dhoop. Like, I don't know if in the evening she would, put dhoop and then give you a glass of milk or something like that.
There is a picture of me and my nani with where I'm having full white yogurt and it's all dripping from my mouth. Maybe is that what you think?
No, so I'm seeing like she's giving you some, like either she had a habit of
probably
every evening, but at the same time I'm seeing dhoop. So I don't know if she was a religious woman, but she's showing that she used to light dhoop or something, like to kind of go around the house.
With my mom.
Because it feels like it was something she did and she remembers that. And when I'm asking her, are you with Resham Gupta, the information that I'm getting is always, and then she shows me this glass of milk and or buttermilk. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm seeing it in a glass, and I'm seeing dhoop. She's saying somebody has to give up smoking. Okay, it's like when I'm asking what is the advice for you, I'm seeing this like she has to stop smoking. So I don't know who that she is in your family. It's a woman that she's saying she needs to stop smoking. She's telling she knows who I'm talking about. Is there like somebody who smokes in the family?
My uncle, like my mother's elder brother, he used to smoke incessantly, but he lives far away from me.
Okay, she's also saying um, earlier you were kind of struggling with something, but she's saying you're actually doing well right now. And she's saying the progress might be slow, but it's getting there, so not to give up. I don't know what you're working on, but it feels like it doesn't feel like work related, it feels more personal. Like it feels like either you've been working on some emotions or like some sort of
Mm,
trauma or some sort of
mm,
heartbreak issue or something of that sort.
mm, mm,
And she says that there has been progress, like you have begun moving forward in a better way, and she
mm,
wants you not to give up on it. Like she feels like there are times when you just want to give in to that feeling and just be lost in it, but
mm,
she's saying not to forget about the progress you have made so far. That
mm,
is important to focus on that. And she's telling, look at me, I had gone through so much in my life, but I never once gave up.
mm,
She wants you to be more like her. She wants you to find the strength inside of you and be this person she knows you can be. She's showing me that you have a lot of potential, but of late you have been doubting yourself so much and not being able to express yourself creatively. You're not being able to express yourself. So she's
yeah,
telling me that there are a lot of emotions you have suppressed for a long time, and
yeah,
you need to kind of let them out. Okay?
yeah,
Let them
mm,
out doesn't mean you have to be angry or furious when you're letting it out, but it can be done in a very diplomatic way as well, where you let the people know who've hurt you, what they have done, and how it has affected you. Because she says that she has suppressed her emotions for a long time and didn't do her any good. So she doesn't want the same thing for you, right? So she
okay,
wants you to find the strength within you to slowly be able to express these emotions
mm,
that you're holding on to, but which is very
mm,
important for your healing. Okay. At the same time, she's showing me that you have stopped working on yourself. Either you've stopped working, like with your career or things like that, or there is something you want to do but you're giving it up because it's something you don't have the strength for
mm,
it, or you feel
mm,
like, let me just do my 9 to 5 and just be done with it. Like I don't want to get into
mm,
this whole other thing. But there is an idea that keeps digging into your uh,
mm,
psyche, or like it's saying,
mm,
create me, but you don't have the bandwidth for it right now.
yeah, mm,
So what she's
mm,
saying is, if you follow that, you'll be much more happier, because that is
mm,
give you the kind of freedom that you're looking for. It feels like you're looking to be free, and she's saying, follow what you're getting intuitively, because that is what is going to take you onto that path of freedom. Like I'm also saying, like you want to move out, or you want to move away, or you want to go somewhere else, like travel or something like that. She's saying if you start following what your heart is saying, even though it's going to be difficult in the beginning, and there might be like a lot of investment, like time wise or mind wise or whatever it is,
mm,
you need to put the work in, because that is going to take you. She's telling, तुमको उस पार लेके जाएगी. It'll take you over the other side. So it feels like you're right now on a threshold, and you keep hitting that barrier, you keep hitting that barrier, you just don't know how to cross that barrier. Every time
mm,
it's the work, you come and you hit that barrier. So she's saying,
mm,
just
mm,
follow what your intuition is telling you, and that is
mm,
going to take you um,
mm,
over the threshold, right? She's saying, bas healthy rahe, theek rahe, like just be healthy and just be all right. She doesn't want you to take on too much stress about anything. She feels like your life is now beginning to sort itself out. Like, so don't worry about it. The more attention you're paying towards your past, you're unable to focus on your present. So
mm,
she's saying, just be grateful for what you have today
mm,
and focus only on that. Whatever happens tomorrow, we'll see.
mm,
Whatever's happened has already happened. You can't change it. So just focus on yourself today. If you need
mm,
self care, if you need to rest, if you need to take time off, cut away from your friends and family, and just be in isolation for a few days. If you feel that is going to help you, then she's
mm,
asking you to do that. But
mm,
otherwise, go out, meet people, try new things. That is what she wants you to do, because it feels like it's been a very long time since you've actually done all of these things for yourself. Does that make
mm,
sense?
mm, mm. Yeah.
So she just wants you to be healthy and happy.
Will I see her again in any form, or what? Like sometimes they reincarnate and come back, right? So.
Let me ask. So it's going to take her a while to reincarnate because she's not in a hurry to reincarnate, to be honest. She is happy on the other side. She's telling me something about how her leg got amputated so that you believe that it's her. She's saying it's some sort of an infection that happened. It was not like an accident, but it was not gangrene as well. It was some sort of an infection.
Cancer.
So they had to amputate the leg. So it
Yeah.
feel like it she had that amputation for too long though. She's saying 1 or 2 years. I don't know if that was the
I
amount.
think yeah, roughly about like about around that much time. What happened was that the cancer, they had to arrest the cancer, so they had to amputate that leg. But something sort of passed on, and that's how I think 5 6 years later she died, because that one cancer cell passed on from that leg.
So it feels like she didn't. The amputation was not for too long though. Again, roughly around 1 2 years. That is the
Mm.
feeling that she's giving me. Maybe longer, but she feels like, "Huh, ek do saal." Like that is how
Mm.
she's saying it to me. Um,
Maybe, yeah. But
it,
no, if she wants me to believe it's her, yeah, that's like she got it spot on that it was not gangrene or anything. It was an infection. How can I communicate with her if I wanted to, and if I wanted to like just.
she's showing me like a particular food item. Okay, I don't know. It looks like roti,
Mm.
but it's got some sabzi also with it. So I'm not really sure what she's trying to show with that. She's showing me like I don't know if you remember this or if this is a vague memory from your childhood. But when she was normal, I'm seeing like this rasoi, but it's a very olden type of kitchen. Where it had like a slab, and then you have these partitions for the gas cylinder at the bottom, and I'm seeing that she's making rotis, something about rotis and the smell when she was cooking. It feels like it's a memory for you. She's showing it to me like, if I were a child and if I'm looking at somebody in the kitchen, right? Like I'm looking up at her. So I'm like a very young child. And this is like sometime in the winter time, or like, when you can actually smell the food more strongly, then that kitchen is very important to her. Like either she used to like making food, or there was a memory of you with food. When I'm asking how can you communicate with her, so she's telling me there's a certain kind of food that she used to either give you or she used to make, like her specialty, that you will either smell or somebody when they give it to you, it's from her.
Okay.
They give me like very straightforward answers, but she's talking about this one particular memory and she's very sure you will remember it. If not you, then your mother might remember it.
Okay,
But
I'll ask my mom.
it's about cooking, and I'm seeing roti. I don't know if it's a stuffed roti or like some sort of a sweet roti.
Sweet roti. Yes, chini ka paratha. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
there you go. So if somebody offers you that, it's like she is sending them to you with that.
Okay, cool. Okay, chini ka
Okay,
paratha. Yeah. But
but
chini
she's
paratha, I remember. This I remember from my childhood.
all
Yeah.
right. So that is what she's saying. Was there a song she used to sing for you? Or like a song she used to sing at home? There is one song she's saying, I used to sing that song quite a bit. I don't know if she remembers it. But
Yeah.
whenever that song comes, she's saying it's very old song. It's not like a latest
Yeah.
song. It's like an
Yeah.
old song. And she's almost like the words, like what she's giving me is like, that it sounds like that song. I don't know if that's the song. Like Nanna Munna Rahi Hoon, there's one old song, right?
It is.
Desh ka Sipahi
The
Hoon type.
song is Nani Teri Morni Ko.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm getting na, like, and it sounds like, Nanna
Yeah.
Munna Rahi Hoon, but Nani Teri
No,
Morni
it's.
also has that same beat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, okay, because I'm
Yeah.
getting nanna, like, na, like that's the thing I was getting.
Yeah. No, it is Nani Teri Morni Ko Mor Le Gaye Baki Jo Bacha Tha Sare Chor. Yeah, that one.
So she
Yeah.
says every time that song, either somebody by mistake plays it or like it comes on radio, that's another way of letting you know that she is the one. If someone sings it to you, also, it's like it is her singing through them
Okay.
without you asking for it. Like if somebody, like say a friend of yours just comes and says, starts suddenly singing it, it's her making that person sing it for you to make you know that she's around. Okay, these are very, very specific communications that she's sending across. She's also saying that she's always going to be blessing you. Her Ashirvad is with you all the time. It almost feels like every time you went for an exam or you had something important, she used to place her hand on your head. Like, I'm getting this feeling of you taking her blessings, but she would also place her hand on your head and be like, "Kuch nahi hoga. Everything is going to be fine." It's not like an Ashirvad per se. It's not like, all the best and all of that. It's more like, हाँ सब ठीक हो जाएगा, like everything will go well. Don't worry about it. That is the kind of Ashirvad she would give you. And right now also she's showing that she has her hand on your head, that her blessings are always with you. I have this feeling like she's watching you and your mom. By default, she's watching you because she's watching her daughter as well. Like, I feel like she is still, I wouldn't say worried, but she has an eye on her daughter, for some reason. And I'm also seeing, she's showing me like your mom has gone through something or is going through something, because it's weighing heavily on her as well. So she's giving me this feeling of like, either there's a stress, like there's a stressor in her life at the moment, or she's gone through some emotional, I wouldn't say hardship, but like, sometimes relationships get spoiled.
Yeah, she's gone through a fair bit.
So I feel like that has kind of shrunken her energies. Like, it has made her a different person. She's not as open or jovial or happy-go-lucky kind of a person anymore, and that is worrying her. Like, she wants her to, like, that is why look at the big picture, not to get sucked into all this drama, and to like bring herself out of it and be like, to hell with it, like jisko jo bhi karna hai karo, I'm going to live my life, right? That is something that is coming through very, very strongly from your grandmother. So by default, she's watching you as well, because you're connected with your mom quite strongly and she's connected with her daughter quite strongly. So that is what I have for you today. Like, these are the messages. She's also saying watch out for black dogs, very specifically.
Actually, I love dogs, but there is a black dog that lives outside my house, but very friendly actually, so I don't know.
So I don't know if the dog outside your building can suddenly get hostile, I'm not sure, but she's asking you to be careful with a black dog.
Okay.
So I didn't know there was a black dog outside your apartment.
Yeah.
And she just, like, I don't know if you saw it, maybe in the recording you can see it. Just right now there was a flare that went up like that.
Yeah. I thought, what was that? Yeah.
It felt.
I thought it was.
Yeah. She's gone. So she was there, talking to us, and now she's gone.
Thank you so much. It was a really nice. Like, some of the things that you said really resonated with me, especially with the leg thing and the song thing as well. So, and spot on about her personality too, like never complaining.
Thank you so much.